It's time for Chat with Chuck, live from Windsor, California, discussing stuff on Chuck's mind, life, attitudes, and stuff. And now, your host, Chuck the DJ.
Hey, welcome everybody. Happy Tuesday afternoon. It's 7/7/2026 and about 4 o'clock here in Northern California. Welcome in. Hope you've had a great weekend. Sam Nation 3000. Thank you so much for being here and actually waiting early in the chat. I'm sure you were waiting with bated breath, and hopefully you took some Altoids for that. But it's a beautiful 77 degrees here in sunny Northern California, and just a beautiful day. We've had some amazingly wonderful weather here as compared to other parts of the country, maybe even the state. I don't know. It's been we've had just a phenomenally wonderful, I guess, mild summer so far. We haven't. I don't think we've hit. I mean, I guess a while back we had some 90s, but we haven't. I don't think we've hit 100 degrees. It's just been exceptional, wonderful golf weather, and just all around getting out doing things weather. And when I see what's going on in the rest of the country, back east and Midwest and all that stuff, and the weather that they're getting, and I'm just like, I'm so happy I don't live there. I don't care. It may be cheaper to live other places, and I'm sure it is cheaper than living in California with our gas and everything. But you can't beat the weather. I'm sorry. You people can talk about it all they want, but oh I gotta clean my knobs there. You can't beat the weather. You're paying for it. I understand. That's part of the deal. But it's one of those things, and I think I would rather pay a little more in gas and all that kind of stuff than deal with the weather that people are having in other parts of the country. And not only just the weather, but I mean, like the tornadoes and the hurricanes. And yeah, okay, we get earthquakes, but they're really rare. And um, you know, I mean, they're scary. I mean, we've been through a few earthquakes and it's been bad, but nothing like but the tornadoes and hurricanes and weather anomalies that you guys get back there in the other parts of the country. So, again, it's California. It costs more money to live here. Say what you will about the current state of California, but man, I tell you what. Other than maybe Maui, where we used to live, I'd probably not rather not live anywhere else. And my wife and I have talked about occasionally. We have talked about um, uh, moving. Moving someplace cheap. Maybe to like Oregon, staying on the coast, the West Coast, but maybe like Oregon or Washington. But I'm not ready to retire yet, and the thought of again moving to another state and restarting my DJ business is not a pleasant thought. I mean, it was hard enough when we uprooted here in California and we went over to Maui. Well, not sight unseen. My wife had been to Maui. I had never been to Maui, but gig unseen. I mean, I had nothing, and we lucked out. So at this stage of my life and career, I can't see just moving. If we decided that we were going to move someplace cheaper, even Nevada. We've actually talked about Nevada, um, because we have some friends over there. Um, it would have to be once I was ready to retire. Once I was ready to hang up the headphones and actually stop DJing, or maybe just like once in a while, once in a blue moon for a party or somebody or something that I knew or something along those lines. Maybe that would be all right. But when not until I was ready to hang up my full time headphones. I don't think we'll move. I don't think I'm ready to hang out my. I mean, I will probably die with my headphones on. They'll have to build. Well, I don't plan on getting buried. I plan on getting cremated, but that's another thing. But if they were going to make a coffin, they'd have to make it big enough for my headphones. That's what they would have to do. So, but that's kind of morbid. We're not here to talk about that. We're going to be talking a little bit, as my stream title suggests, a little bit about Twitch Cruise today. I had touched on the Twitch Cruise a little bit a few months ago. on Chat with Chuck show when I was initially invited to a crew. We talked about that a little bit, and now that it's been a few months down the road, I'm going to touch bases on it a little bit again. And then we got a happy birthday. Ringo Starr from the Beatles has turned 86 today. So we'll be talking a little bit about Ringo, and then after the show, I'll be playing some Ringo music. So if you're a Ringo fan, at 5 o'clock when we finish the Chat with Chuck show, we're gonna highlight some of Ringo's music because I'm a Ringo / Beatles fan. On Saturday nights, if I'm not gigging, which is rare, but if I'm not gigging on Saturday nights, I do stream a Beatles show. And Saturday Night with the Beatles. And it starts about 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I play Beatles and solo Beatles, stuff like that. So, and this Saturday night happens to be one of those nights that I don't have a gig. So I will be doing a Beatles Saturday night. And maybe we'll do a little Ringo retrospective that night. We'll have a few more hours or whatever to play some Ringo music. And then, as you see in my stream title, it says "Happy Anniversary to Styx." Madison, how you doing? Welcome in, Madison Gamer. I don't know if I have a mod here yet, so I'm gonna see if I can do this as I speak. Don't call me during Chat with Chuck. That's just rude to call me during Chat with Chuck. Madison, how you doing? Madison's a very fun gamer. I watch. I don't watch gamers a lot because I am not a gamer and I'm completely lost when I watch gamers. But let's see if this works. If this will even work for me here. Oh, there's Madison. I'm not a game. I mean, I still play Bubble Pop. I still play Bubble Pop and Solitaire on my phone. That's the extent of my gaming. So when I watch a gamer on Twitch, and it's I mean I had a buddy who used to be into Duke Nukem way back and all that kind of stuff. So I'd seen him before, and way early I played Castle Wolfenstein. Or Wolfenstein, but that was like the green guys and there was like dots and all that kind of stuff. The gaming now, like the Madison's doing, and the other gamer I watch is Rocky, Rocky Kramer, Rocky the Viking when he does gaming, and it's just incredible that all that Grand Theft Auto stuff, and I don't even know the game you were playing when I was watching you, Madison. People jumping. It's just wild. What concert are you going to go see next week? Somebody good, somebody we would know, or just getting out of the house and doing something. Going to concerts is always fun. The concert that I've always enjoyed as a DJ, and then my wife, DJ Prophet. My gracious, another amazing streamer. You're going to go see AC/DC. Holy crap, that's going to be good. Let's do a shout out for here. DJ Prophet, just another fun DJ that I enjoy right here, right there. Spreading the message a lot and house music and stuff. And he raids me a lot of times on Monday nights. I wasn't on last night, so I don't know. I hope you found somebody cool to raid. But thank you for the support that you've always given me, DJ Prophet. I do appreciate that. I hope people do follow you and do check out your shows because it is truly inspirational, life affirming, uplifting. It's a great message most of the time. So check them out. Check out DJ Prophet. But Madison Gaming, I'm kind of gotten off on a tangent here. Seeing AC/DC, I'm not really sure. Who's left in AC/DC anymore? But I mean, but it's got to be a wild and wacky show. I mean, I've never been to an AC/DC show. Concerts, I used to go to concerts a lot. I used to enjoy concerts. As I have gotten older, I still enjoy the concerts, but what I don't enjoy is leaving the concerts. And that really deters me from going to any of the big concerts. We have a venue here. I think it's I don't know, 1,500 seats, 1,000, something like that. The Luther Burbank Center. I've seen George Thorogood and Alice Cooper and stuff like that there, and that's not bad getting out of. So that's okay, and it's like 15 minutes from the house, so that's fine. But if, going into San Francisco, that's like an hour and a half. I mean, San Jose, where they have the big stuff, that's even more. When Taylor Swift played down there, I mean, that was just amazing. Our daughter and her wife went, but yeah, it's going to concerts. I wish I enjoyed it more. I truly do. We have a big casino here now that's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger over the years, Grayton Casino, and they're doing a number of shows, and some hip hop shows, and just some country show. I mean, and I haven't been there yet, but I might venture over there if they do come up with somebody. DJ Prophet says we found someone to rate, but didn't have the vibe. Oh, come on, that you do. We enjoy ourselves. Just missed your show. Oh, thank you. Well, I appreciate that. I do. What's been happening on Mondays is I work at the golf course on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we have league. I run the league at the golf course, and sometimes the league doesn't end until 8:30 at night, and it takes me about 45 minutes to get from the golf course to my house. And when league runs late, I just can't get home in time. So there are nights, but league's only got 3 more weeks, so that's great. After 3 more weeks, then I'll have my Monday nights should be fairly easy again. I should be able to get home in time by 9 o'clock to get my stream going. I was doing Mellow Mondays for a long time on Monday nights, and then I kind of switched over to Motown. What is it? Motown, R&B, soul, disco, and more. So it's kind of in that funky vibe, and I enjoy that. And so I've been doing that a lot lately. The last few months, Motown Monday. And again, DJ Prophet has rated me a number of times, and I do appreciate that support because we say this all the time. All the DJs say it. Everybody says it. Support. Support, 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 support. Follow, 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 follow. Support, 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 support. And it doesn't always happen. And I know I'm guilty of that. If I go into somebody's stream and somebody else comes in, they go, oh hey, follow XYZ person. I'm guilty of not always doing that. And I recently found out. Maybe you all know this already. I recently found out that Twitch limits you can only follow 2,000 people or 2,000 streamers. And I did not know that. I found that out last week, I think. I don't think I'm anywhere near that. I really don't. If I follow 100 streamers, I would be amazed. I don't really look back on to see who I stream. But I follow people. Like if I'm on a raid train, I'll follow the people before me and after me, or maybe somebody on the train, somebody new. Or if there happens to be somebody that's talking about somebody that sounds like their stream would be interesting, that's fine. I try not to just randomly, follow people. And again, then there's that whole if you're on any of the Twitch pages, either on Facebook mainly, and they all do this. They go, hey, put your handle in here. I'll follow you. You follow me. And it's the follow for follow, which I guess is supposedly against the terms of service, TOS. Tom B. Lucky, thank you for the follow. Speaking of which, I appreciate that. Welcome in. Salami, hi. How you doing? But yeah, the follow for follow thing. When people first jump on Twitch, they want that because they need to get their numbers up so they can get affiliated or whatever, But again, it is against the terms of service on Twitch, and it doesn't mean anything a lot of times if you follow somebody. I mean, yeah, it's great to follow. Thank you. I enjoy the numbers. I've got 2,300 followers or whatever. But the main thing is going to that streamers, that gamers, that DJs, stream and paying some time in there, stopping and saying hi. Greetings from Germany, worldwide. Thank you for popping in, Tom. Happy day. Nice to see you. We do the show on Tuesdays. It's about an hour long, from 4 to 5 here in the United States, and then we play some music afterwards. Today we're going to be playing some Ringo music because it's Ringo's birthday. But I was trying to lead into something here, and I kind of got derailed as I do. And once again, I'll repeat this. I know some of you have heard this before. I do take these shows and I record them and I put them on my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel for Chat with Chuck. And so, for those of you that maybe are listening on the YouTube as you're running down the road or you're jogging and you're listening to it on headphones, I get derailed because I read the chat and it's chat with Chuck, and sometimes the chat takes me off of where I was going. So, but I was talking about the follows and and the support. That is important. That all of us streamers would love to have the support. We love support. We love it when people come in and they follow us and they say hi, like Tom did. Thank you so much again. And hopefully Tom will hang out today, or maybe he'll come back again on some of my other shows. And support. We do appreciate that, because that's what we live for. I know a lot people stream for different reasons. Some people, and I'm just going to talk about the DJ world because I'm not really a gamer. So in the DJ world, we stream because we enjoy the music. Some of us. Enjoy the interaction, which, like with me, I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy having a busy chat. I enjoy it when people are talking, and I do that, and I appreciate that support when people come in and do that. Um, so here we go. We're gonna. This is gonna follow into one of our themes tonight, and we're gonna touch a little bit bases on crews, Twitch crews, because there's a lot of them out there. Salami says, some of you guys screamed because the venues that you guys used to IRL were closed. Oh, yeah. I think you probably meant you guys streamed, not screamed. But I did scream during the pandemic. Yeah. Well, we've talked about this before. When the pandemic kicked in, and all of us, especially guys that are full-time mobile DJs such as myself, and all of a sudden, all of a sudden we didn't have any place to go. We didn't have anything to do. We didn't have anybody to play for. We didn't. We were lost. It wasn't even so much about the money, which was a drag, of course. But and I'm going to say this, and I've said it on DJ chats before, and I've gotten killed for it. But I'm sorry, if you're a DJ, there is a piece of ego in there. You've got an ego, and that doesn't mean it's bad, But to get up in front of an audience, it doesn't matter if it's a wedding or a club or a corporate event, to get up, or even streaming on some levels, it's a little bit different. But out live, you have an ego because you want to present yourself in a positive way, and you like it when those people are dancing to your songs and they're cheering, and you hit play and some song comes on and people go crazy. And that makes you feel good, and that feeds that ego to make you find another song to make it go better, and you want to take that level, that party to a higher level. You want to do that. It's ego. I think it's ego. That's part of ego. That's not all ego, but it's part of ego, and that's what we like. So then you start streaming, and you try to build your brand. You try to get people going, and then the word gets out about you a little bit, and people are sharing, and then you get invited to a crew. Okay, and there's a number of crews on Twitch, and apparently, in order for you to start a crew or to make a crew or have a crew, you have to be a partner. Like I can't make an official Twitch crew because I'm not a partner, right? Okay, I can get a bunch of people together, which is what we talk. Damn, Pete, welcome to Partner Pete. How you doing, Pete? I can get a bunch of people together and form some sort of ragtag, unofficial group of DJs that maybe are like-minded, that same something. Sam Nation has never been invited to a crew and doesn't want to be. Well, I was invited to a crew. I don't think I'm going to drop names. But it wouldn't be hard for you to figure out what crew I was invited to. And when they reached out to me, it's not a crew. It's not a music style that I play. But I like their style, and my wife likes their style. Tom, I will play "Babe" by Styx for you once we get rolling. I will line that one up. So when they reached out to me and they said, and this is a pretty big crew. This wasn't like no baby crew. This is a pretty big crew. And my first thought was, wow, that's great. Oh man, I was honored. Then I thought to myself, well, I don't really play what you guys are mainly playing, and I don't know if I really fit in your mold of your crew. What most of the rest of your crew is playing. Are you sure? Yeah, that this that this will be something that will be beneficial to both of us, because it goes both ways. and they were like, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, no, I've been to your shows," and they had the leader of the leader of the crew, leader of the crew. Anyway, and so great. So I joined the crew, um, and from one of my uh, I hate trying to find a word to describe somebody without being a jerk. Uh, w- uh, then I was informed by an individual that I knew, Sam got it, that this particular crew had a bad rep. You know that they did bad things, and some of the people in the crew were I don't know, instigating against other people and kind of and the drama. Some of the people in this crew were causing drama in the Twitch world, and if you know me, yeah, bullies, yeah, and if you know me, I don't like drama, but one of the things that I have done and said from day one in my chat, on my show, in my streams, is that I treat you like you treat me in my stream. Okay, so you are welcome in my stream, right? You may have been a jerk or done jerky things over here, right? But if you come over here, if you come, Sam or DJ Hack, thank you. How you doing, Hack? If you come over here into my show, and you're nice, you're fun, you're wacky, you whatever you want to do, that's fine. If I'm not going to judge you by stuff I've heard through the grapevine that you maybe have done somewhere else. DJ Prophet says, I'll say it this way: there are crews and there are cliques. You got to read the fine print. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so this person kind of got on me, and we almost lost our ended our relationship over this particular situation because I took my stand, the way I feel, against their stand. So, but anyway, so I stayed in the crew. I'm still in the crew. But what I have noticed, and I'm going to reach out to the crew, I guess, crew leader, but I have I have gotten. I guess I don't want to. This is going to sound terrible, but I have gotten nothing from this crew. This is what I expect when entering a chat on Twitch. We try not to be that way, Tom. We try to be very nice here and very 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 polite. Now this is a chat. This is my on this show. I talk a lot. I mean, I talk on my other shows, but we talk about music and stuff. But this is um, but but I have rated a number of some of these crew members. I've rated their streams when I've rated out, and I've kind of gone to their shows. But I have never been rated by any member of the crew at all. Um, yeah, that is what I have always heard. Crews are useless. I thought I thought by joining the crew, right? That yeah, well, hey, great. It'll help spread my name. It'll help spread my brand. It'll people will get out and because I post like this show and all my shows. The little flyers I make. I post them on the pages. And they have a Discord page and all that kind of stuff. And um, uh, 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 if anybody from any of those crews actually comes to my show, I don't know. But they have not that I know of. I should say that. All right. So um, I don't really know, and it's like I don't want to leave the crew and let this person that we had an argument with about it, kind of win, because that's not why I'm not leaving the crew because of stuff that I've heard. It's like, why be there if I mean it's not hurting me. I mean, whatever. I'm a member of the crew, whatever. I mean, okay, it's there's no big deal. Now, I'm a member of a group. Okay, this is an individual that plays some styles of music that I like. We happen to have a favorite artist together that we like, that we play, and his crew is based around this particular artist. And but and they're not a partner, so it's not an official crew. It's just a group of like-minded streamers, and they would love to have a crew, and they've got a Discord page, and they've got all this kind of stuff, but they can't have an official crew because they're not a partner. And they asked me to join, and they have a raid train, and I did their raid train a while back. Actually, I've done it twice, and I have a good time because we do share that one artist that we both like. And You need to go because you're in Trader Joe's. I like their candy bars. Their big chocolate bar. They're with the almonds in it. Huge, big Trader Joe's. Well, thank you for popping in, Salami. I appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Salami's a Chuck ad. Salami's a good supporter. Um, but again, the same thing. On the same deal with the crew. Not, I've rated that crew. I've even rated that crew chief a number of times, and I bought their I bought their T-shirt. You know, um, uh, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a whine, if it's a bitch, it's a chip on my shoulder. What is it? What the prophet says sounds like you served a purpose for them, but they had none for you. That's why that's why, like you, I deal with people as they come. And this one group I'm a member of, that's because we had a relationship prior to Twitch. Yeah, I mean, again, yeah, I do try to treat people as they treat me here. And I'm not sure, and this is, I mean, honestly, I'm not sure. Hackman, great on currently on a 7 stream streak. Thank you so much, Hackman. I'm not sure. I'm a baby. I mean, I got 19 people right now, and probably half those are bots. I don't know. I am not a big streamer. I don't get huge crowds on my own. I don't know. You know, is there an advantage to having Chuck the DJ in your crew? Is there Ooh, look, we've have got Chuck the DJ in our crew. Hold on a second, I get some Dr Pepper here. I mean, whatever. So I don't know if anybody like I appreciate as the title of the show goes, chat with Chuck. And I do appreciate when the stream does chime in on this kind of stuff, with your feelings or your thoughts or your ideas on cruise. That is great. But that's kind of, I mean, it's kind of neither here nor there. It's just kind of, I was just kind of wanted to get that out there to see if anybody had any thoughts on cruise and how I'm starting to feel about them. I mean, I've only been invited to one, well, I guess one, and then a group. So, but they're kind of tied together almost. Those two. The person that invited me to his group of DJs is in the crew. So okay, so that's that. It's a cruise. Um, Love them or leave them. I mean, whatever. If anybody now between now I think we have a half hour left of the show before we start playing some Ringo music. If you have any thoughts or ideas on cruise, please feel free to drop them in the chat and we can go off on a tangent. So I don't know if I want to talk about, um, but wanted to bring up, or I thought it was funny, to tell you the truth. So I'm streaming the other night. I think it was Sunday night. I was on actually 2 raid trains on Sunday. I was in the No Pants raid train, and then I was in the Love Zone, the Love Zone. Yeah. And I was in the Love Zone raid train because that was my mistake. And I don't normally sign up for 2 trains in the same day, but they overlapped, and then so it was No Pants Love Zone. I don't know. So anyway, so I'm streaming, and this first time chatter pops in, and says, I'm gonna try to remember. Don't remember exactly, but it's like, hey, this is great. I love your stream. I love your vibe. I'm going live now. And then he left. And one of my moderators messaged me, and I guess that person wanted us, he wanted to pop in the chat. He wanted to, boost my ego, love your show, and then, hey, I'm leaving, and so, now um, come raid me. Raid me, which on Sunday nights I usually raid my boy DJ Ryan, who does worship and praise music on Sunday nights, and so I usually raid into Ryan. Um, but it was just funny to both of us we thought it was funny that this guy just pops in out of nowhere, out of the blue, follows me. Actually, I'm not even sure if they followed. I think we talked about that. I'm not even sure if they followed, but they just popped in out of the blue. Hey, your show's great. I'm going live now too, and obviously a ploy or a idea for me to jump over there and follow them or stream them. I did follow them. I thought, oh, that was great, thank you. And then well, let me give you a follow, and I followed them, and I haven't been to their show yet. I haven't seen them, but yeah. So I mean, is that rude? Is that something that's common? It's happened to Sam too. I mean, that was the first time in 5 years, over 5 years, that's ever happened to me. I think at that point, because I was on two raid trains, and this is the only reason why I had, I don't remember how many people I had, 30 people, something like that, 30, 35 people maybe, because of the two raid trains. So it looked like I had people, in my chat. So I'm sure that person thought, "Oh my gosh, this is great! I can raid this guy, and he'll bring all these people, or he can raid me, and he'll bring all these people into my chat." But didn't happen, Scooby Doo. You got to work on. I mean, that's the hard part about raiding. If you're a streamer, especially if you've been around a while, I mean, like me, or I guess a lot of you, and you look over and you're coming to the end of your show, and so you look over on the side and you go, okay, who's my followed channels? Okay, well, who's playing? And all of a sudden, you have got like, three or four people. I mean, you're gonna have a lot, obviously, but you're gonna have three or four people that either maybe have rated you in the past, or are what you would consider friends, or maybe you've been on the raid trains or whatever. And then how do you decide? How do you decide which one of those four or five people you're gonna raid, right? Um, like it was said earlier, DJ Prof, you're new. DJ Prophet has rated me fairly consistently on Monday nights. I mean, I don't know if he's done it every single Monday night, but when I'm on, he raids me a lot. That, and I do appreciate that. Maybe I'm his Monday night raid target. I don't know, but I'm sure he knows a lot of people that he could be raiding. My best friend, DJ Ryan 22. If DJ Ryan 22 is on, I don't care who else is on. I'm raiding Ryan. That's just the way it is. Um, and then damn Pete, I haven't rated you as much as I probably should, Pete. And sometimes whatever I'm streaming, because sometimes I stream, yacht rock, or sometimes I'll stream rock, or sometimes I'll stream slow songs, or sometimes I'll stream remixes, or maybe I'm doing Prince, or whatever the hell is that I'm doing. And then sometimes what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to look for somebody who's streaming something that's kind of in the same vein, right? Because if I'm doing a mellow night, if I'm playing chill mellow tunes, a lot of times on Wednesday night I do Hump Day Mellow, okay, and most of my shows are 2 hours, 2.5, maybe 3 hours, most, In the evenings they're talk knock less. Well, I should, Pete. You're a great guy, and you're a great streamer, and you've been a huge supporter. Um, but anyway, if I'm doing like a mellow night, I mean, for me, I mean, if I rate into like hey, we're doing heavy metal rock, yeah, I mean, yeah, but get me off my track here, Pete. That doesn't make much sense. So I'm going to try to find somebody who's maybe doing a mellow show, or maybe they're doing yacht rock or something in the sort of same vein of that. Um, now, Pete, when Pete started, and my wife and I were hanging out, we loved Pete's show because he was playing mainly music. He was a music cat, and he was playing my wife and I, we kind of like different kinds of music. My wife's Ramones, punk rocker, rock stuff. I'm more poppy kind of oriented, oldies, and Pete was playing quite the eclectic mix of music. when he started out. So we were hanging out with Pete a lot because we'd be playing cards. My wife and I like to play cards, and we hang out. We're an old married couple, you know. And so Pete's music was a great a great background tune that or music that would keep us both up because I do like her music, but I like mine. I like mine better. It's shit mix. Yeah, it was great. It was all kinds of stuff. And now Pete's doing more games. And that's and um, uh, and he made partner. So maybe we should all start playing games. I don't know. Maybe if you want to be a partner, start playing games. That's the deal. But yeah. So and I do. That's one of the things too. When I do see Pete on, and there's a few people on, I go, well, Pete's playing games, and I don't know. Maybe and I know I have, but not often, not as often as I probably should. But because people enjoy games. I mean, obviously, people enjoy the games because that's why there's people doing the games, and that's why guys like Pete get partner because people enjoy the games, and you should follow Pete if you aren't already. The support that we keep talking about that is so ever present in Twitch is so important. Tom says, as a viewer on Twitch, I expect that the stream you're rating must have something in common with the stuff you are playing. Otherwise, it's kind of disappointing. Yes, and that my wife feels exactly like you do, Tom, and I know that sometimes I don't do that. On Sunday nights, for example, I was on the No Pants Raid Train, which is a wild and wacky raid train. I mean, anything goes on the No Pants Raid Train, and you never know. Sometimes I'm playing that folder, which is my sexy stuff, or sometimes I'm playing like rock, or I mean, or I'm going. I have a funky folder that plays. You play weird, Weird Al, play weird songs, weird versions, whatever. So you never know what's going to happen on the No Pants Raid Train. It's a great raid train. Lockpick puts it on, and it's a lot of fun. But you never know what's going to happen. So for me, sometimes to raid into my buddy DJ Ryan, who's doing a worship and praise show, because I love Ryan and I want to support Rai Rai. I mean, yeah, I know that's not, the two styles are we're, we're just gonna clash, But it's a great show, and I do try to support Rai Rai. But yes, and the other show that I like a lot on Sunday nights is Dance Dance DJ Deb. Deb does an oldies show, and hey, I'm all about the oldies, So, um, but just as a streamer, trying to find out what stream you're going to raid into, how you choose. That's always the hard part. And uh, the other thing that I mean. The other way that I kind of choose sometimes, right, is I choose people that raid into me, right? Because if I raid into somebody 3 or 4 times, 5 times, whatever, and and given the opportunity, and they've never raided back into me, well, you know what? I mean, I might like you, and I might like your stream, but if I'm, what's one hand washes the other. One hand, you scratch your back, I'll scratch mine, or scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Something like that. Whatever that term is, however that goes. But that's important too, And there are a few streamers out there, and that boy, I don't want to go there because I got in trouble last time I went there. There are a few streamers out there that kind of forget that. I think it's like, look, hey, spread it out, spread, and I always, if I'm completely lost, right, I'll try to look for a streamer that has fewer viewers, right? Because I look at somebody and they got 70, 80, 90, 100 people in their stream. Well, they don't need my 10 people because again, I don't get a lot of people. They don't need my 10 people, But you got somebody down here that's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. Well, yeah, they would appreciate my 10 people. Tom, thank you again. Tom says, or at least you must explain why you're rating that or that stream. I am, of course, open to learn, and that's a good thing. You're open to learn new things, and that's when that's one of the cool things about the raid feature is that um, and She's not on Twitch anymore. The goth DJ. Gosh darn it, I can't remember her name. I got rated into a goth DJ one time, and God darn it, and she was wonderful, and she she would play mostly gothy kind of music, and which I kind of enjoy, but it's I don't know if I own very many. I think I've got a couple, but she would occasionally go off into the weird and play weird song, and she played this song by the Village People called "Sex Over the Phone." And it was hilarious, and especially coming from a goth DJ, and so I'm like, oh man, I got to get that. So now I've played that in my that's actually in my funky folder. So by going into don't just automatically leave a stream that you get rated into, you know, hang out for a little bit and see what they're doing, because you never know what you're going to find and what you're going to get. Um, let's see what's Dan Pete says raid trains are good, but sorry, when I go to raid, I look for smaller streams who need the love. And yeah, that's a great thing. And Pete gets a bunch of people. So, if Pete raids you, he's going to raid you with 50, 60, 70, 80 people, I think, most of the time. Most of the time I've seen Pete, he's got bunches of people. Maybe more, I don't know. But yeah, and that's the support that should be out there. That's the way that people should be thinking, is to try and support me. Um, Lucky says, but what is smaller? Me, I don't like to follow streamers with more than approximately 100 viewers. Um, you know, yeah. You mean the number of viewers that are in that room currently? Um, you know, this is you can look at this two ways. You can look at this two ways, and I'm actually going to cut my own throat here by saying this, because if somebody's got 100 people, if somebody's got 50 people, 60 people, 70 people, 80 people, or more, there's a reason for that. Okay, there's a reason why they have so many people in their stream, right? They're doing something that all those people like, you know. So they're a reason to check out. Now, here again, and this is you get people that only have 3, 4, 5 people in their stream. Yeah, maybe they're starting out. Maybe they're new to Twitch, so they haven't built the community yet. Which is going in there and following. That's great. You know, maybe they're you know I don't know, maybe they aren't any good, and I don't know what that means. There's no nice way for me to put that. Um, no nice interaction can take place with too many viewers. It's really hard. It's really hard. I like the interaction. I like the chat interaction. If I have 75, I look for someone who has under 25. That's nice, Pete. Um, yeah, Sam does. I don't like rating sucky streams. And so you pretty much got to know who you're rating, you know, and by because if you're rating somebody out of the blue because you look at their numbers, you go, oh look, these people only have 10 people in my room. I'm going to raid them to help them out. Well, yeah, they're maybe they're a sucky streamer. But again, see now here, this is where I was saying I'm cutting my own throat here. I don't think I'm a sucky streamer. I honestly don't. I like my shows. I think my shows are pretty good. I think I'm, even when I'm not using my microphone, which I can't do at nighttime because my wife is sleeping. Yeah, they have three viewers for a reason usually. Um, you know, um, uh, but I don't get huge crowds. I don't know why, but whatever. I've learned that that's my cross to bear. Um, this is my most popular show. This Chat with Chuck, this show right here, is the show that I get the most viewers at. And right now, we're according to my little TV thing here, we're at 19 viewers. That's big for me. You know, if I draw 20 people on my own, I'm like I'm like shocked. You know, um, I'm lucky to get raids. Because I have acquired those relationships with some people. That help my rooms. Um, Pete says, yeah, some suck, but some just never had the chance to get the name out there. Yeah, exactly. But there are those out there, that I've gotten rated into, and I'm like, oh my Jesus, I can't even, I can't, they're, um, I don't know, maybe their music style I don't like, or maybe I'm not much for mixing, but at least fade in and out. Don't go train wrecks or I don't know, whatever. Everybody has their own thing they like or dislike, so it's kind of hard. But you at least give them a chance. At least hang around long enough to give them a chance. Um, and 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 if you feel comfortable enough giving constructive criticism, I love constructive criticism. I would probably message that person, or if you want to give me some, message me. That's fine. Um, but it's a way to learn. You know, sometimes I get in there. There'll be I'll go into a DJ and their microphone will be so quiet. It's like they're talking. And you can't. I'm like, can you turn your mic up? I'm old. I can't hear you. Because I think people are scared to say anything. I think sometimes if they don't feel like they don't want to offend you, so they don't want to say to turn your microphone up or turn your microphone down or turn your music up or you're overmodulating or you're distorting or whatever. They don't want to say anything because they don't want to hurt your feelings, or maybe they think that they're the only one that hears it. I don't know. Um, and like I say, if you don't want to put it in the chat, whisper it, so they can um, at least have that knowledge there. And if they want to do something about it, it is kind of the mod's job, though. If they even have mods, somebody that small might not have a mod. And I don't know why. And I'm thinking of this one particular streamer, and I have to tell them more than once about their microphone. And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they got mods. I don't know why the mods don't say anything. Mods, we've talked about mods before. I have two different kinds of mods. I have mods and I have honor mods, right? I have mods like DJ Hack is kind of my main mod right now, and I have mods that actually do stuff, that actually will do shout outs and will do uh, commands or start raffles, like that, um, and mods or trolls like, oh, this could be another. We did a whole show about mods a while back, about a month or so ago, a month and a half. We did a whole show about mods. And Sam, you don't have mods for any longer. If you're a small, I mean, do I really need a mod during my normal shows? Not really. But are they nice to have? It's great when Hack is modding for me and doing the shout outs, because I'm trying to pick a song. I'm trying to somewhat mix. I'm trying to interact with the chat. And so Hack can do the shout outs or whatever. That's great. Um, I recently lost two mods over a situation that we had here, drama that we talked about a couple weeks ago. So I had two good mods, or at least two fairly competent mods, that I lost over a situation. One of them I lost completely as a friend, and they have unfriended me on Facebook and everything else. And one is now just a VIP. But and that was sad. Honestly, but it shit happens. Whatever, you go on, but my honor mods, when I'm on a raid train, generally speaking, I will make that person who's ever in charge of the train. I'll usually make them a mod, because that way, if during the train, if during my set, if they come in, if they see something, I need to do something or whatever, well then, plus, I mean, the people that put on trains, we've talked about this before. Again, the people that put on trains, it's a thankless frickin' job. And most of the time, they personally are not getting anything to do, or not getting anything from it. They just do it out of the goodness of their heart, and maybe because they like it. And by making them a mod, I mean, that's a little bump. We talked about ego a little earlier. I mean, hey, thank you. That's it's kind of like what you lost. Hex and Air, rest in peace, Tennessee Girl. She was the mod's mod. Thank you for chiming in and bringing Tennessee Girl up. Um, uh, she was a great loss to not just myself, but to the community as a whole. I mean, not only was she Tom, sorry to leave now. It's nearly 2 a.m. here. I popped into your show by chance. Appreciate a streamer is sharing his thoughts. See you. I'm following you now. Anyway, well, great. Well, thank you, Tom, and have a great morning, as it were. Thank you for popping in. Sam Nation just dropped some Lady J emotes. We just lost Lady J too. She was one of my honor mods. And Sam, I'm sorry I missed your Lady J tribute yesterday. He did a Lady J tribute during his show yesterday for Lady J. We lost her. Dan Pete says, "Ready bot, how can we dole in shine on Chuck's head?" No, sorry, I should put a little goop on there or something, right? They're going to take ReadyBot down for a few days. By the way, I don't know if did you see that message? They're doing some work on the ReadyBot and the 3DR R3 whatever the heck it is. They're gonna take it down for I think 2 or 3 days and then bring it back with all kinds of new upgraded whoop-de-doo features. So looking forward to that. The up level of that. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, I mean, mods, are they can be wonderful people. I had a mod at the beginning of my show when I came on. She was great. She's still around. She's not a mod for me, but she was really good because she was really in contact with other mods, and they talked amongst themselves and they supported each other. And they would be like, "Hey, my guy's on, your guy's coming off. Can you stream my, or raid my guy?" And that was a great community. And she's still out there. She's still modding for a few people. But people kind of come and go out of your life and out of your stream, and that's again neither here nor there. Hold on a second, a little more Dr. Pepper for me. I have no ill will towards her at all. I do miss her. It's too bad. But yeah, I mean mods. Sam Sam says I don't have any mods. Sam does a great couple of shows. If you're not following Sam Nation, and not only does Sam do some great, in fact, it's right there in the stream right now, or right there in the chat. If you're a streamer and you need free emotes, Sam's the guy right there. That link right there will take you to Sam's free emotes. I have a couple of emotes that I put in for today. I put in one of Sam's sticks emotes and Beatles Ringo emote. For my show today, because we'll be doing some Ringo music and some Styx music in just a few minutes. Let's see. So the mod tangent. Are we done with the mod tangent? When I did my show, I want to say 2 months ago on YouTube. There's one on YouTube about mods. If you're interested in it, you can check it out. I'm gonna do this real quick. YouTube. There's a link on YouTube to the Chat with Chuck show if you want to see or listen to previous shows. The most viewed show on the Chat with Chuck YouTube channel with 55 views, I think last time I saw, was my how to keep people in your stream. How to get and keep people in your stream. Was the most viewed show on that page. So if you want a few pointers that may or may not work out for you, check that out if you'd like. And then there's other shows. You can see in there's a mod show and there's drama show, all kinds of fun shows on the YouTube channel. So today is Ringo Starr's 86th birthday. We all know Ringo Starr, peace and love. Ringo was a very sickly child growing up, and one of those things, kind of like it's amazing Keith Richards. It's amazing Keith is still alive, right? With all this crap and stuff that he drank, shot, ingested, snorted, whatever. How in the hell is Keith Richards still alive? Well, Ringo's still alive, Ringo and Paul. Damn, Pete, I'm not going to repeat that. I'm not going to say that on my show, Pete, but you're right. Keith. So anyway, so Ringo's amazing. It's great that he's still around. He's still out there touring with Sir Paul. Is out there touring too. That's amazing. There's a phone number that's right above my head right here. It's a toll-free number, 707-276-6602. It is a voicemail message system. Nobody actually answers. And if you want to call and leave a message for any thoughts or ideas that you have, if you have a funny something that you want me to record and drop it and put it on the show, that's fun too. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Idea, rant, whatever you want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, another wonderful stream. Arian V, how you doing? Welcome into the last 5 minutes of the show. Thank you for popping in. I do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Let me see here. Do this here real quick. Sorry, this is Sam. This is sometimes why I like to have a moderator. I know Hack's busy. Right here. There she. Look, there's her eyes. And DJ Head. The test results. Oh, yay! Boy, talk about we talked a little bit about this last week, and I know some of you were here, some of you weren't here. We talked about the power of positive energy and vibes being sent out, and that show is actually on the YouTube channel. If you want to listen to it, I thought it was a really a really good show. People going through stuff. I honestly believe in the power of sending positive vibes, positive energy to people, and Reiki, all that kind of energy stuff. That is so important and so classic, and it really does help. And sending it to Aaron V right now. Yeah, would be wonderful. Hack, thank you so much. And I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to because it's not for me to say. But she's been going through some medical stuff, and she could use everything that you guys can send her, and that would be wonderful. And if you want to know more about that, my vibe on that, or my feelings on that, or my history on that, you can go back over the YouTube channel and you can watch last week's show. We talked about it extensively. So we're down to the last wire. We're down to the last 3 minutes here. So I touched on bases on Ringo's birthday. And then the other thing I have on my stream is I said happy anniversary to Styx. 1977, on July 7th, 1977, Styx released their 7th studio album. Their 7th album, 7th month, 7th day, 77th year. And that album was The Grand Illusion. And for those of you that know Styx, like Styx, or just tolerate Styx, like my wife, Fooling Yourself, Angry Young Man, the big one, come on, Chuck, Come Sail Away. Come Sail Away. No, that was Pieces of Eight was a whole nother album, if I'm not mistaken. This album was Grand Illusion. I actually looked it up earlier today. Miss America was on there. But the 77, and one of the reasons why I know that is, and we've talked about this book right here before, is let's see where we at over here. Mike's book right here. This book here, On This Date in Music. If you like music trivia, my buddy Michael Walter is a DJ in New Jersey, and on this dateinmusic.com, get this sucker. One story for every day of the year, and today's entry happens to be about Styx and 7777, and so that's why I remember that. It's a great book to have. I call it a bathroom book, or just a coffee table book. On This Date in Music, Michael Walters. It's a great one. Actually, I had we haven't done this in for a while. Hold a second.
And now, another On This Date in Music moment. Trivia or history from Michael Walters' amazing book, Let's Learn Something.
Yeah. So when I first started the show, we used to do a on this date in music segment, and I would pick a day and we would do that. We have covered a lot of stuff today, and I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. We are going to be playing some Ringo Starr music here in just a couple seconds. I do want to thank Sam Nation and Arian V and DJ Hack for hanging out. For those of you that are here, DJ Head, thank you so much. I'm looking through my thing here. Dan Pete, of course, Dan Pete. Hackman, thank you so much. Madison Gaming, and of course the amazing Sam Nation. For those of you that are lurking, thank you so much for being here, for lurking. I do appreciate it. Let's do the closing of the show, and then we're going to get to some tunes. What do you say?
Thanks for listening to Chat with Chuck. Have something you want Chuck to riff about? Send him a whisper and get ready to be entertained. I'm Greg Murray. Thanks for listening.